afternoon, good night, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. I do not own the rights to this music. Um, Good Monday morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? Got a good night's sleep last night, man. I'm just sitting back, taking in all of this madness that's going on. And you know, a lot of people are getting caught up emotionally in some stuff that's a trap. All of this division, this hatred, this anger. Bernie, what's going on, brother? Thank you for joining me, brother. Listen, y'all. All of this division in this fighting gamer. What's happening? It's just a distraction to keep us divided. So we won't trust each other. So we won't talk to each other. We won't uplift each other. We won't encourage each other. That's what this division and this animosity is all about. What's going on, gamer? Everything good? Well, you up in here with Bernie, my main man. I got a. somebody sent me a message this morning talking about what did they say? I blocked them fools. I straight up blocked them. Hold on, let me see what that message said. Let me show you what the message said. I blocked it. Ask me. Well, Bernie, it's supposed to be that way, but in reality, it's not. It's only supposed to be one nation. But in reality, man, there are two nations, maybe three or four, okay? In reality. And this is what I'm trying to get people to see, that if good people would come together of all races, who can defeat us? If good people would come together, who can defeat us? Sharp, what's going on? Who can defeat us? If good people would just come together. If good people would just stop being afraid of each other. Start uplifting each other. Stand up and fight, man. See, we got too many folk right now that are afraid to get on the front line. And some of them got money. Let me say that again. See, we got people afraid to get on the front line and fight, and they got money. And they'd rather sit back and watch this madness unfold rather than rolling up their sleeves and getting involved. Man, if you're afraid, all right, if you are afraid to speak up, why don't you support somebody that ain't? Let me say that again. See, if you're afraid to speak up, why don't you support somebody that's saying what you're saying financially? That's what evil is doing. That's what the division is doing. The people that are saying what they want to hear, they are rewarding them financially. Okay? That's how they're keeping us divided. Because you can get out here and do something dumb, stupid, and crazy and be a sensation overnight. But coming out trying to unite people, trying to bring people together, and trying to stop this madness, man, they look at you like you're a grifter. Like you out here trying to get something for nothing. And you saying, hey, man, we all are doomed if we don't get this together. I don't know why you think you're safe sitting on the sideline, because ain't no place safe. So you're gonna have to make up your mind what you're gonna do. Are you gonna get involved or what? Okay? And what we're dealing with now is control division. Because notice, they always showing you the worst of people. They ain't showing you good. You know, I was looking at this video with Peter Navarro, and what I noticed was the people that were down there being divisive, confrontational, okay? You know what, Bernie? Man, you might be on to something. You know what? You know what? Man, let's do that. Let's do that. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? Since you just since you just mentioned that, every day that I come on now, I'm gonna read a chapter of Proverbs. Since since uh, since this is the only book in the Bible that has a chapter for every day of the month, that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna get in a full month of Proverbs every day. All right, and let's start. Let me do chapter 11 right now. Dishonest scales are an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. See, dishonest scales are cheating. When you got a dishonest scale, you're cheating. You're cheating. It's just that simple. You're a cheater. And it says dishonest scale are an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. When pride, verse 2, when pride comes, then comes shame. But with the humble is wisdom. Man, you ever notice how cocky? And he is a good example of this statement right here. When pride comes, then comes shame. Look at the guy that was in the submarine. Okay? Bernie! Thank you, brother. Thank you for that $20, brother. Look at that guy that was in that submarine. How proudful he was about his vessel being able to go down to the Titanic. Couldn't nobody tell him nothing. And what happened? Okay? He go down there, he kill everybody on board. Verse 3. The integrity of the upright will guide them, but the perversity of the unfaithful will destroy them. Verse 3. The integrity of the upright will guide them. See, when you walk in your integrity, man, God is going to direct your steps, your path. He going to tell you through your intuition what to do, when to do it, how to do it. But the perversity of the unfaithful will destroy them. See, so you can get out here and talk, live. You can commit adultery, fornication, cheat, lie, steal. All that stuff will work, but the Bible say, but the perversity. Wait a minute. Let's look up that word, perversity. Let's look that word up. I saw that. Let me look up perversity. Perversity. A deliberate desire to behave in an unreasonable or unacceptable way. That's a fool. That ain't nothing but a fool. Listen to this. A deliberate desire to behave in an unreasonable or an unacceptable way. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And the Bible say that the perversity of the unfaithful will destroy them. Verse 4, riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. Verse 5, the righteousness of the blameless will direct his way aright. Did you hear that? You see, I keep telling y'all, man. I keep telling y'all. See, when you live a righteous lifestyle, you ain't perfect. You make mistakes, but you're not harmful. You're not destructive. You're not a deceiver. You're not a liar. See, when you walk in your righteousness, all right, you ain't trying to get over on nobody, cheat nobody, deceive nobody. You say what you mean what you say. When you walk in your righteousness, okay? Verse 5, the righteousness of the blameless will direct his way, but the wicked will fall by his own wickedness. Verse 6, the righteousness of the upright will deliver them, but the unfaithful will be caught by their lust. Oh boy. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. The righteousness of the upright will deliver them, but the unfaithful will be caught by their lust. Let's look up that word lust. Let's look up that word lust. Okay? Lust. Very strong. It's saying sexual desire, but I'm going to say lust is a very strong material desire. When you desire material things, you lusting. See, lust, this this definition is talking about sex, but this says the righteousness of the upright will deliver them, but the unfaithful will be caught by their lust. Man, when you got to go out here and have the designer bags, the designer clothes, the 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 uh, the what you call it, uh, the Mercedes, the BMWs, and the Audis, and all of them cars. You got to have you a designer, a luxury car. That's lust. When you living in your luxury, that's lust. You lusting after that, man. When material things are more important to you than the way you live, you lusting. Verse 7. Um, no, that ain't greed. Greed is when you, well, let's look up the word greed. Let's look up greed. Let's look it up. Greed. Intense or selfish desire for something, especially wealth, power, or food. Okay? Intense and selfish desire. Okay? For something especially wealth, power, or food. Okay? That's greed. All right? Let's go back to lust. Let's go back to lust. See, this is why I need me a dictionary. Um, so that I see, because this is only saying that lust is a strong craving for sex, but you can lust after things, man. You can lust after things. Actually, you can lust for power. You can have a lust for power and influence. You can. And that's what makes it wicked, because you lusting for it. And that's what makes it a sin. Verse 7. When a wicked man dies, his expectation will perish, and the hope of the unjust perishes. Verse 8. The righteous is delivered from trouble, and it comes to the wicked instead. You hear that? Listen to verse 8. The righteous is delivered from trouble, and it comes to the wicked instead. See, when you walk a righteous lifestyle, man, even when you have adversity in your life, you're going to get favor. Because the Bible say that the righteous is delivered from, from trouble. Okay? But it comes to the wicked instead. Verse 9. The hypocrite with his mouth destroys his neighbor, but through knowledge the righteous will be delivered. Verse 10. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices. And when the wicked perish, there's jubilation. Verse 11. By the blessing of the upright, the city is exalted, but it's overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. Okay? It is kind of confusing. Verse 12. He who is devoid of wisdom despises his neighbor, but a man of understanding holds his peace. God dog. See, when something, and this is when you're growing. Man, when something insults you or offends you, and you don't strike back, you can hold your peace. You see, the Bible say that, where is that? He who is devoid of wisdom despises his neighbor. And you got so much of that going on right now, when neighbors can't get along with each other. And that's one of the 10 commandments, man. Love thy neighbor as thyself. And you got neighbors right now killing each other over dumb shit. They killing each other over little simple disputes. Okay? And the Bible say he who is devoid. Let's look that word up, devoid. I'm not going to take it for granted that you know what it means. Devoid. Entirely lacking. Not having. Something usual or expectant. Completely without something. Completely. Man, when you are devoid, you're stupid. You're a dummy. You're a troublemaker. When you are devoid of wisdom, man, you go out here and do this stupid stuff. That's your pleasure. That's your pleasure. When you're devoid of wisdom, he who is devoid of wisdom despises his neighbor. But a man of understanding holds his peace. Listen to verse 13. A talebearer reveals secret. But he who is of a faithful spirit conceals a matter. See, now, how many friends do you have right now that you can't tell nothing to? You can't. If you tell them, the whole world gonna know. And you got some people right now that specialize in being a talebearer. They reveal secrets. They want to be the one that's in the know, that everybody go to. Man, you see, and this is what I discovered when I first came to D.C. It took me 30 years to figure out why so many people drop names when you be talking to them. I mean, they be dropping name after name after name. Man, I used to puzzle the hell out of me. Why people in D.C., when you talk to them, they drop so many names of the people that they know because they want to appear to be known. See, that's the talebearer. This person right here is the talebearer, the one that will reveal secrets because they want to appear to be known. And everybody going to come to the person who's known. See, that's the one they coming to. When they need some gossip, they know who to go to get it. They know who to go to get it. See, that's a talebearer. All right? Verse 14. Where there's no counsel, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. See, where there's no counsel, the people, what this is telling you, man, you can't do this representing yourself in court is a foolish idea. Representing yourself for a legal matter is a foolish idea. The Bible says, where there's no counsel, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Well, who's a counselor? Lawyer. A lawyer is a counselor. Going to tell you what you can and cannot do legally. They'll tell you what is right and what is wrong legally. And look how many people out representing themselves. And the Bible says it's safety in a multitude of counselors. Verse 15. He who is surety for a stranger will suffer, but one who hates being surety is secure. Oh boy, let's look up that word, surety. Oh buddy. See, this is why this is why you don't co-sign for nobody. See, this telling you right now, listen, he who is surety for a stranger will suffer. Surety, a person who takes responsibility for another person's performance or undertaking. See, you don't stand in for nobody. They stand for themselves. And if they can't stand for themselves and they need you, you gonna end up with the responsibility. Because you knew going in, they couldn't stand on their own 2 feet. And you gonna be a nice guy, a nice woman, and go in there and try to help them. And they're gonna take that for granted. And you'll end up getting stuck. Okay? I'm gonna read this again. He who is surety for a stranger will suffer, but one who hates being surety is secure. See, if you don't play that game, you ain't got no problems. And see, and here's the thing. Some of this is our family members. Some of this is our children. Right here. This right here, he who is surety for a stranger will suffer. Sometimes that stranger is somebody you know. It's somebody you know. And see, thank you, Lord. And now you got so many people right now coming up with sob stories, trying to manipulate people's emotions to get money out of them. See, that's what surety for a stranger. You look at how many people coming up right now with these. I mean, man, you listen to their story, and damn, you'll be like, my God, I feel sorry. And but you ain't questioning. And when you start questioning that story, then you start seeing the cracks. Okay? You know what? See, that whole thing over in Hawaii is not only going to expose uh, some ugly truths. But a lot of them people that y'all been running around here holding up as examples, following them as role models, you're going to see how cruddy they really are. And that's starting with Oprah. Okay? So y'all getting ready to see just how cruddy Oprah Winfrey really is when they come over there to that fire. See, believe me. No, I'm not saying you shouldn't help people. No, I'm not. I'm saying you be cautious about how you help people. That's what I'm saying. Just because they got a sob story don't mean you need to jump in and bail them out. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Man, when it see, and this is the problem, uh, Gummy. This is the problem. We had too many people that are manipulating the system. Okay, we had too many people taking advantage of kindness. We had too many people that are taking advantage, and you have to be wise about how you do it. Verse 16. A gracious woman retains honor, but ruthless men retain riches. Listen to this. Let me read this. Let me read this in the Message Bible. A woman of gentle grace gets respect, but men of rough violence grab for loot. Ruthless men obtain wealth. That's what the Bible say. Listen, a gracious woman retains honor, but ruthless men retain riches. And you notice, oh, let's look at the word ruthless. Let's look at the word ruthless. Ruthless. Having or showing no pity or compassion for others. Ruthless. Having or showing no pity or compassion for others. You're ruthless when you don't care about what's going on with your fellow man. And how many ruthless people got money? Look at how many ruthless people that's got money. Don't care nothing about what people are going through. They could care less that you're going to lose your house. All they want is the property. 17. The merciful man does good for his own soul, but he who is cruel troubles his own flesh. Verse 18. The wicked man does deceptive work. What's going on? Listen to this, y'all. Verse 18. The wicked man does deceptive work, but he sows righteousness, but he who sows righteousness will have a sure reward. See, and this is what a lot of people don't have the patience for the manifestation, but he who sows righteousness will have a sure reward. See, most folk ain't got patience for that. Verse 19. As righteousness leads to life, so he who pursues evil pursues it to his own death. When you get out here, you doing wrong, you doing crooked, and you cheating, and you doing that for yourself. Verse 20. Those who are of a perverse heart are an abomination to the Lord, but the blameless in their ways are his delight. Let's look up that word perverse again so you can know what it means. perverse. All right. Perverse. A person or their actions showing a deliberate and obstinate desire to behave in a way that is unreasonable or unacceptable. Okay? Showing a deliberate desire to behave in a way that's unreasonable and unacceptable. Okay? That's when you got a perverse heart. All right? Um, where we at? Verse 21. Though they join forces, the wicked will not go unpunished, but the posterity of the righteous will be delivered. Let's look up that word posterity. Let's look up that word posterity. Posterity. Um, Succeeding or future generations collectively. Judgment of this age must be left to posterity. All descendants of one person, his fortune was gradually dissipated by his posterity. Okay, so it is succeeding or future generations collectively. I got to get me a dictionary today because this phone is not doing, and I know there's better in a book. I got to get me a dictionary. Got to get me a dictionary. All right, verse 22. As a ring of gold in a swine's snout, so is a lovely woman who lacks discretion. Listen to this, y'all. Verse 22. As a ring of gold in a swine's snout, so is a lovely woman who lacks discretion. Let's look at that word discretion. And I want to show you something. Discretion. The quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information. The quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information. The Bible say, as a ring of gold in a swine's snout. Now, if you ever been around a pig, what does a pig use to go through the mud? His snout. His snout. Okay? His nose. You got a ring of gold, and he gonna take that and put it in the mud. Okay? As a ring of gold in a swine's snout, so is a lovely woman who lacks discretion. Because she'll get with anybody. She'll get with anything. She'll do anything. Pretty is all out. Pretty is all out, but a whore. Because she lacks discretion. Just that simple. And how many times you done seen that, man? How many lovely women right now can you find on OnlyFans? Think about that. Okay? Think about that. See, as a ring of gold in a swine's snout, so is a lovely woman who lacks discretion. And you got, right now, you can go to OnlyFans and find a lot of lovely women that lack discretion. because they on there busting it open trying to get paid because they ain't figured out no other kind of way to develop a stream of income other than humiliating themselves, degrading themselves. You see? And what man wants a woman, man, that everybody body done seen their body? Who wants that woman? What real man wants a woman out here showing off all her ass, her tits, and who want that? Who want that? Something everybody done seen. Who wants that? Nobody in their right mind want no woman like that or no man like that. It's just that simple. Verse 23. The desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. What is wrath? Let's look up that term. Wrath. See, I'm not taking for granted wrath. Strong vengeful anger or indignation. Strong vengeful anger or indignation. And see, and God, this is why you don't want to get the wrath of God against you. See, it says strong vengeful anger and indignation. You getting God mad at you, buddy, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And you don't think God has wrath? You don't think God has anger? I'll show it to you. Verse 24. There's one who scatters, yet increases more. And there's one who withholds more than is right. See, the one who scatters, yet increases more. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all, man. Don't give out of your fear. Give out of what you have. See, a lot of people don't want to be a blessing to somebody because they don't see where they're going to get it from. They don't see how they're going to replace it. And this is why a lot of people don't want to give because they can't see where it's going to come from. So they'll play it safe and keep this hand like this. Okay? Thank you, brother. They'll keep it, and the Bible say, man, keep your hand, when you're giving, your hand is always open. Not only is it open to give, but it's open to receive. What can you receive in a closed fist? Nothing. Nothing at all. Okay? Let me read that again. There's one who scatters, yet increases more, and there's one who withholds more than is right, but it leads to poverty. 25. The generous soul will be made rich. God dog. I didn't even know that was the next verse. This is what I've been trying to tell y'all, man. A generous soul will be made rich, and he who waters will also be watered himself. See, and let me share this with you. Listen to this, y'all. There's two ways you can give. You can give from your head, or you can give from your heart. When you give from your head, that's premeditated. You got an agenda. When you give from your head, you looking for something in return. When you give from your head, when you give from your heart, that's something that you walk up on, you recognize when you walk up on it or it walks up on you, and there's no expectations. See, you recognize that moment as a giving moment. And you say, man, God laid this on my heart to be a blessing to you. And you ain't looking for nothing in return when you give from your heart. See, you ain't looking for nothing in return. And that's the difference. Okay? Verse 26. The people will curse him who withholds grain, but blessing will be on the head of him who sells it. The people will curse him who withhold grain. See, if you're a business person, this is the one with the high prices that people can't afford, trying to get rich. See, if you're a business person, the people will curse him who withhold grain. How you gonna withhold something? Make it unaffordable. They can't afford it. And the Bible say the blessings would be on the head of him who sells it. You see, so when you make it affordable to people so that they can, the Bible says you're going to be blessed. But you got folk out here right now, and man, I made that mistake. I used to make jewelry back in the day. Some kind of way, man, I stumbled on to the fact that I could make earrings and necklaces and was pretty good at it too. Okay? And at one point, man, I used to have so much pride about my jewelry, I wasn't giving that away. You didn't pay my price? Sorry. I ain't cut no deals. I ain't cut no deals. All right? Because I put a lot of work into this. And a lot of times, man, I would have boards, big old boards of nothing but jewelry, earrings, necklaces that I made. And they wasn't moving because I didn't, man, my pride was in the way. I didn't want to sell them. I didn't want to give them away. You see, and a lot of times we feel like we giving something away, but the Bible say blessings will be on the head of him who sells it. Okay? And see, and remember I told y'all, man, when you're going to have a lot of coaches out here. You're going to have a lot of people that's trying to tell you how to do some things. And if you listen to their stories, they're always using somebody else. They can't point nowhere in their life the example that they telling you about. They can't show you how they done made that mistake. And I'm telling you, I done made this mistake. And you see, and I was a vendor over 30-something years ago. And that's still with me to this day. Okay? Verse 27. He who earnestly seeks good finds favor, but trouble will come to him who seeks evil. You hear that? He who earnestly seeks good finds favor, but trouble will come to him who seeks evil. Verse 28. He who trusts in his riches will fall, but the righteous will flourish like foliage. Verse 29. He who troubles his own house will inherit the wind, and the fool will be servant to the wise of heart. Listen to this, y'all. He who troubles his own house will inherit the wind, and the fool will be servant to the wise of heart. Verse 30. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he who wins souls is wise. Verse 31. If the righteous will be recompensed on the earth, how much more the ungodly and the sinner? See, this is what I keep trying to tell y'all, man. See, a lot of y'all are hung up on this word perfect about being righteous. And being righteous, man, is about being helpful, man. Being positive. You ain't gonna cheat, you ain't gonna steal, you ain't gonna lie, you ain't gonna deceive. I can tell you, since I've been in this hotel, man, I done got all kind of favor. I done even got the manager of the hotel. One day, one day I was back when I first came in here. Um, I was trying to get this, you know, system down to go online and register my room. And one day I didn't cancel a reservation and ran out of money. And and I told the guy, man, when I went, I said, uh, "Hey, Jamie, how you doing?" Uh, I went to the manager and I told him, I said, "Look, man," I said, "I ain't got the money for this room. I got to check out. So give me some time to pack my stuff up, and I'll be gone." And about 10 minutes later, I knock on the door. It was him. He said, "Hey," he said, "let me show you something. Come to the front desk. Let me show you something." And he said, I was really trying to figure out how I could help you, and just happened to go back and look through all of the reservations, and you got a reservation where you didn't pay for a day and you haven't used it. I said, "For real?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Come here, let me show you." He said, "We didn't cancel the reservation and it charged your card and you haven't used it." And one time, um, I was trying to get the girl to run my card, and she was new. And she said, "I got to wait till 12 before I can run it." And when she ran it, it rejected it. And man, I was like, "See, I told you to come." And as I'm talking to her, the manager walks in again. And he said, "What's the problem, Mr. Don?" I said, "Man, I tried to get her to run my card, and she was telling me she couldn't. Now the money is gone." And he said, "How much money you got?" So I go, "Man, I got $100." He said, "Okay, I'm gonna do this for you this time. But I understand we can't do this all the time." And I said, "Okay," ran the $100, man, down. You good? And now, man, I'm on a weekly schedule. Praise God, I've been able to get on a weekly schedule. I started day to day. And sometimes, man, I was struggling just to pay day to day in this hotel. Day to day was a struggle. And every time it looked like, man, I had to leave, God opened up a way for me to still be in here. That's how I met Everett. Somebody talking about, is that, no, that ain't, that brother is a giver. He's a giver. Bernie, he's a giver. You see, and so many other folk are afraid. And see, the problem right now, not only in America, but in the world, people right now are scared to trust. The person that can instill trust back in the people gonna get paid. Let me say that again. The person that can instill trust back in the people. How do you instill trust back in the people? Say what you mean what you say. And that's what we got to get back to now. Some people that can be trusted, that ain't out for their own agenda, that ain't out for their own selfish needs. And this is what so many people are out now. See, there is no way, man, that God can bless me to be a blessing and it don't change my life. If I'm a pipe carrying water, there's no way I can be a pipe carrying water and not get wet. There's no way I can be a pipe carrying water and not get wet. There's no way, okay? There's no way I can be a blessing to other people and God not bless me unless I'm doing it for an ulterior motive. unless I got an agenda behind it. And most folk have an agenda behind what they trying to do for you. That's why they tell you. That's why they want to. What the money gonna go to? That's the first thing they want. What this money gonna go to? It's going to me. That's who it's going to. It's going to me. It's gonna help me. It might help me get a vehicle for my band. It might help me even get a partner. Okay, okay. So that's how that is. All right. Listen, y'all. I gotta get some stuff done before I go down to the White House today. I'm headed back down there again, and it's just it's interesting. People are. I know I got the answer. Stop hating each other because you disagree. I know it's the answer. All over the world. And all I got to do is withstand this little opposition that's up front right now. Just withstand this opposition, and I'll make it. Thank you, Jamie. I saw you, girl. I saw you, girl. I saw you. I saw you. I saw you, Jamie. I saw you. I saw you, girl. I saw you. Yes, I did. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. So, and see, and let me show you now, and and this sister Jamie right here. Um, I don't know how we cross paths. I really don't know how we cross paths. Okay, but we're different as day as night. And man, that's my girl. That's my girl. We disagree on a lot of shit, but that's my girl. That's my girl, man. To get out and do what she do, a lot of them, and see, a lot of y'all ain't got the challenges that she got. And she got out here and do more with her challenges than a lot of y'all that's straight up healthy. Straight up healthy, got all your facilities. And she don't, and she get out here and do more with under her condition than y'all don't even try. Don't even try. But she will get out and try. I respect that. I respect that. I got great respect for that. Because so many people, I just like I told you, the guy living across the hall from me. I found out he's 72. And he's on a walker. And he walked a few steps and had to stop and breathe. And and I went and bought him some black seed oil. And he said, he held on to it for a couple of days. He said, Don, I appreciate that. You're a good man, but I don't think I should mix this with my medicine. I said, man, listen, it ain't going to waste. It ain't going to waste. Because I'm going to take this, but I'm going to use it. I done drunk it up myself. Okay? Stop, man. Open up your hearts. Okay? Only way you going to learn something is make a mistake. And I think the problem with people in the world today, nobody wants to make a mistake. Everybody want to be right. And when everybody want to be right, you'll never learn nothing. Because you're scared to make a mistake. Mistakes are how you learn. That's how you educate yourself. That's how you become wiser from your mistakes. Only a fool make mistakes and don't learn. But a wise person, when they make a mistake, they learn. All right? Let me get out of here, man. Y'all have a great day. See you later.